Got to go to work, so we are living a green washing machine. A green. So this is the ultimate green washer. So they bring in this guy. He's a Seattle environmentalist. Fuck, I talked to him. It's pathetic. We also, this is your Utah Fault Fluency. So it's Independence Day in Ukraine, and the big Z. Now, why is this important here? Why do you think this is the Wattis School Park? Who is the Wattises? By the way, Dumpke married a Wattis. They haven't lived here for decades, for 70 years. Your bracelet's coming off. Your 1% survival bracelet. Headed to the hospital right now. So, of course, this is the nuclear industry. This is Utah Construction. E.O. Wattis was the CEO when they got the contract built. I mean, Chalk River, the first nuclear disaster, this is them. So this is their false equipment. Peterson Fabricator makes all the containers for the nuclear industry. Yeah, right by my house. Remember when the container blew up at WIP and they got a camera? Peterson Fabricator. When they told us it was a salt truck, $40,000 they paid for that. Bring in this artist from Seattle. I told him. I says, what about, you're from Seattle, what about the SHAM collapse? Well, I'm really not my fit, but he's an environmentalist. I'm like, what about Fukushima? And so he told me, I says, oh, I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm an environmental activist artist from Seattle. What's Fukushima? Fuck, I just walked off. What do you say? So there's been one killed at the Big Z yesterday. I like how they call them mortars. We all live in a green washing machine. A green washing machine. So I'm going to sue UTA, public transportation. I figured it up yesterday. I did some regressionary models. I'm an old finance professor. I've paid nearly $300,000. That's without the time value of money. You know, with the time value of money, we're probably over $1 million. So, my taxes, property tax, sales tax, goes for public. There's no public transportation in Western Weber County. And there's a giant swath of people that live out there. Giant swath. There's no sidewalk. There's no bike lane. One of our residents was killed on his bike 2 weeks ago. So, and I've got to get to the hospital. I'm an animal leukemia. This university could have paid my leukemia bill. Of course they didn't. Because when we got the #1 school of business in the country, the MBA program, Clyde Cooley died. I saved the entire program for all those years. Now they're dead last. So this is, they're going crazy. They're power washing it, getting it all ready for their grand opening tomorrow. Carl Arkey, I hope he's here, which I love Carl. He's a spokesman. Remember, he's the one that named Damian Lillard the great name. I sit right by him. I used to do the play-by-play for. It's important because it's 8/24. I did Damian Lillard's alumni tournament on 8/24. Boo, Kobe's 2 numbers. So tomorrow, 8/25, they're having a grand opening. Now I've shot videos of 3 different people driving almost into the pond. This is supposedly their electric bus false equivalency. Okay? There's going to be no electric buses here. So I'll tell you why there's not. Because it's not finished. Go along Harrison. Everybody that lives in it's the biggest fucking mess, has been for fucking 3-4 years. Go downtown and try to get on the bus. It's the biggest fucking mess. I mean, drive Harrison. It's so dangerous. It's so, because of this. Because of this. You know, drive up fucking 25th Street because of this. And this is important. This project has been going on in the great war profiteer universe. Of course, they're going to bring in green washers. Wattis School of Business brings in the great. By the way, Paul McCartney, the world-famous sculptor, went to that school. Kevin Blanch, you're talking probably the most important environmental artist in history is right here. I went to that school. Buy local. They never touch any local artists or any grads. So this is important. I was on the committee here when we got this approved. This was approved in 1997. You heard me right. 1997. 1997. So we're going to have a big grand opening. Yay, yes. And so when Larry ran the landscaping here, this is important. Larry Jensen is a gem. In those days, won the national award for the most beautiful landscape campus in the country. They didn't give him shit. They drew, look at this concrete jungle freaking nightmare. But look how busted up. Oh, the concrete is horrid and it's brand new. Oh, it's a godforsaken mess. So, and I'm a concrete plasterer, blank plastering. You know, I have 10,000 jobs. It's horrific. Oh, it's the worst concrete job I've ever seen. They took out all the freaking landscape, and they give themselves awards. They give themselves awards for saving water. This is, you think I'm pissed? So, I mean, the worst concrete job I've ever seen. Ever. It's a disaster. And so, this was supposed to be completed for that's the Olympic downhill right there, Mitt Romney. It was supposed to be completed for the 2002 Winter Games. So we're doing this, we're gonna have, there's gonna be no buses. It isn't even close to being done downtown Ogden. Not even close. They're gonna be another year at least. If my guess is it will never be finished. So we've all got bets because there's a road that goes up to the D Event Center now, and people, you know, people are. This is for buses only. People think it's a walking trail. They think, I've already seen up there yesterday a car drive right down it. So we're having bets around here, me and Joe. He's the janitor that does all the work. We grew up together. Don't give those guys a raise. Don't give them 5 fucking cents. They'll pay $40,000 a thing. I mean, I don't know how much they gave this fucking. Oh, well, when they Kimmy come in and painted that, I know Kimmy personally from Half Moon Bay. She's like, God, you're the guy that wrote Fukushima Killed Me on the Dead Well, the real artist. And I says, yeah. We have a fresco together, I told her now. I did the plaster work on the Monarch fucking long before it was ever the Monarch, 30 years ago. She put stencils up. These false equivalency green. The Dumpke downtown, they spent millions. Weber State advises, it's so pathetic. The Dumpke is married to the Wattises. None of the Wattises, you know, Utah Construction, E.O. Wattis died of cancer right after they got the contract to build Silver Dam. None of them have lived here for fucking 75 years. None of them. None of them. And they're bowing to this oligarchy. When you know how many great local artists are here? They won't touch them. They've never had a local artist in that gallery. Never. Not once. Not once. Fucking. Who's the most famous environmental artist in the country? Bar none? Maybe in history. You're looking at it. I went to school there. I taught at the Water School of Business there. And talk about the starving artist. These fuckers make me sick. So, I'm going to talk to Arky in the morning. I'll get up here. If I can walk that far, that fast. They're going to have a grand opening for something that's not even done. Not even close. You know, and grandstand and say, hey, look at us. It was supposed to be done by 2002. I'm not kidding you. This has been perpetual fucking nightmare for decades. This greenwashing. This bus route is a fucking total greenwash job. We don't even have a bus at West Weber County. Mr. Alan Salmby's freaking granddaughter's son, everybody loved, was killed on his bike. You know, I'm walking. I got to go to Ling. You know, all the dirty work I did here. You know, no bus, no sidewalk, no bike lane. And there's so many people that live out there. They use it. But this is their false equivalency. Fucking greenwashing in this fucking country. This university makes me. We were the #1 school of business in the United States when I graduated. And they blackball me? Well, they did the same thing to Fama Caparodi. We have a new history dean. She's a big brain. I like her. I talk to her and I'm like, till I see a statue of Fama Caparodi. Oh, wait. You know, this place is so fucking corrupt. I can't believe how corrupt it's got. There's Joe right there. The water school, but what a fucking clown circus. So I'll be talking to Carl tomorrow. He's the spokesman. He quit here. They screwed him over. You know, I used to sit right by him. I did the fucking radio for KWCR, me and Manny Gonzalez, for all those years. They sold the signal when I was in the bone marrow transplant, dying of cancer. Just do all the dirty work. We all live, and so in Ukraine, in the Big Z, it's Independence Day. By the way, I did Damian Lillard's alumni game on 8/24, 3 years ago. Those are Kobe's 2 numbers, remember? It's Independence Day in Ukraine, and one of the workers been here. I like, oh, it was a mortar. Just a blast. Just, they won't call them bombs what they are. TikTok, we could get a freaking Fukushima-style disaster. Fukushima is the greatest ecological catastrophe. Mach 1, Mach 2. Utah Construction built them. They cheated. So, the university, of course, this is the University of Nuclear Energy scumbags. Bring in your greenwashers. Bring in your fucking greenwashers. We all live in a greenwashing machine. Fucking pathetic as fucking School of Art and fucking history. make me sick. I thought they'd get better when they got rid of Jacobs. Oh, he was bad. They got worse. You're talking probably two of the most famous artists in American history graduated here, went here. The most important environmental artists in fucking history. I went to this school. I grew up here. You're looking at him. You're looking at him. Pathetic. Stand tuned.